When your cat chooses your feet over every other spot in the house, do you actually know why? Most people laugh it off. Oh, they just like it down there. But what if that single choice, repeated every single night, is one of the most loaded things your cat ever does for you? Because here's what nobody tells you. The spot your cat picks isn't random, it's a message. And once you understand what it really means, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. And stay with me until the end because there's one specific foot sleeping behavior that most owners completely misread, and misreading it could actually damage the bond you've spent years building. 1. They're not at your feet, they're at your foundation. Let's kill the most common explanation first. People assume cats sleep at your feet because it's cooler down there. Less body heat, more space, easier to escape. Sounds logical, right? But think about it for a second. Your cat could sleep anywhere. The couch, the windowsill, that cardboard box they're obsessed with. If comfort and temperature were all that mattered, they have endless options. So why do they keep ending up at your feet, specifically? Because your feet are the part of you that moves through the world. They carry your scent most heavily. They're the first thing that hits the floor when you get up. And to a cat with razor-sharp instincts, your feet represent something powerful. Your direction, your movement, your presence in the physical world. When your cat sleeps there, they're not choosing the least important part of you. They're anchoring themselves to the part of you that goes places, that comes home, that they've learned to track, follow, and wait for. That's not convenience. That's devotion with a very specific address. 2. It's a dominance and devotion paradox. Here's something that'll flip how you see this completely. In cat social dynamics, position matters enormously. Where you sleep in relation to others signals how you see the relationship. Sleeping near the head traditionally signals protection, guardianship, high alertness. Sleeping at the feet signals something different but equally powerful. It's a choice to be close without being imposing. Your cat is saying, I want to be near you. But I also respect your space. I'm not going to crowd your face or demand your attention. I'll be here, at the edge of your world, ready but never pushy. This is actually a sign of emotional intelligence in your cat. They've read you, they know how much closeness you can handle, and they've calibrated their position perfectly to keep the relationship balanced. So if your cat sleeps at your feet rather than pressed against your chest, don't take it as distance, take it as consideration. They're loving you in the exact amount you can receive. 3. They're running a security perimeter, and you're the asset. This is the one that surprises people the most. Your cat is small, they know that. But somewhere deep in their wiring is an ancient instinct that doesn't care about size. Watch what direction your cat faces when they sleep at your feet, because it's rarely toward you. It's almost always facing outward, toward the door, toward the open room, toward whatever direction a threat would come from. They've placed themselves at the base of the bed, oriented toward danger, with you protected behind them. Think about that. Your small, soft, domesticated cat has quietly appointed themselves your last line of defense every single night. They don't announce it, they don't want credit. They just show up, take their post, and stay there until morning. Researchers who study feline social behavior note that cats in bonded groups often position themselves strategically during rest, with some members watching entry points while others sleep more deeply. Your cat isn't just doing something cute, they're executing a social role they take completely seriously. 4. The exact position tells you exactly where you stand. Not all foot sleeping looks the same, and the differences matter more than most owners realize. Lightly touching your feet, just a paw resting against your ankle, barely making contact. This cat wants connection, but on their terms. They're bonded to you, but they also value their independence. This is the cat that loves you deeply and will absolutely never admit it. Curled in a tight ball near your feet, still protective posture, belly tucked, paws hidden. They feel safe enough to be in your space, but something in their environment still keeps them slightly guarded. Could be a new change at home, could just be their personality. Either way, they chose you, even while being cautious, sprawled out across your feet. This is ownership. Your cat is not sleeping near your feet. They are sleeping on your feet. There is a difference. This cat has decided your feet belong to them. You are their property, and they are completely at peace with that arrangement. This is one of the highest trust positions a cat can show. Sleeping at your feet but not touching you at all. Some owners find this confusing. If they wanted to be close, why not actually touch? But in the cat world, choosing to be in your space without needing physical contact is a sign of a deeply secure bond. They don't need the reassurance of touch. Your presence alone is enough. 5. They picked feet because they've memorized your patterns. Here's something most people never consider. Your feet tell your cat when you're leaving. Every single morning, the first movement that signals your departure isn't your voice or your eyes opening. It's your feet hitting the floor. Cats who sleep near your feet have positioned themselves to feel that moment before it happens. A slight shift in your legs, a change in your breathing that comes before movement. The very first tension in your muscles as your brain starts waking up. By sleeping there, your cat has given themselves the earliest possible warning that the person they're bonded to is about to leave. And here's the part that hits hard if you really think about it. They do this because they care about your comings and goings more than you probably realize. You might see your morning routine as automatic, but to your cat, it's a sequence they've studied, memorized, and positioned themselves to monitor. That alarm clock you rely on? Your cat probably knew you were waking up before it went off. They felt it first. 6. When they stop, it's never nothing. Now we've reached the part I mentioned at the beginning, the behavior most owners get completely wrong. What does it mean when a cat who has slept at your feet for years suddenly stops? And I mean suddenly, not gradually drifting to a new spot over weeks, but an abrupt change. One night there, gone the next. First thing to check is physical. Feet and legs carry a lot of pressure and movement during sleep. If your cat has developed any joint sensitivity, nerve issues, or early arthritis, the movement near your feet might have become uncomfortable or unpredictable for them. An older cat abandoning this spot is worth a vet conversation, not a shrug. Second, check for environmental disruption. A new pet who now sleeps on the bed, a change in your own sleep schedule, a new smell from somewhere you've been. Something that was familiar has shifted, and your cat is recalibrating. But the third reason is the one people least expect. Sometimes your cat stops sleeping at your feet because something happened in that space that made them feel unsafe. Not unsafe from you, necessarily. A bad dream that made you kick out suddenly. A sound that startled them in the night. An association got built and they haven't been able to shake it. In this case, don't force it. Don't move them back there. Let them choose a different spot and give them time. Because the worst thing you can do is pressure a cat back into a space they've mentally flagged as uncertain. Instead, rebuild the association slowly. Spend calm, quiet time in that space during the day. Let your cat approach on their terms. Trust, once shaken, can come back. But it comes back on their schedule, not yours. The thing worth remembering, your cat has a whole house. Warm spots, quiet corners, soft surfaces with no movement and no risk. And every night they walk past all of it and choose the bottom of your bed. That's not habit. That's not temperature. That's a choice made by an animal that doesn't make choices carelessly. They picked your feet because that's where they can feel you, track you, guard you, stay connected to you through the night without asking anything in return. So the next time you feel that familiar weight settle at the end of your bed, just know. That small, quiet presence down there, it's not just sleeping, it's keeping watch. It's saying you're mine and I'm yours in the only language they have. And it's been saying it every single night. You just needed to know how to listen. Like this if your cat does this. Subscribe if you want to actually understand what your cat has been trying to tell you all along.